Alright, this is the Gen 3 duck-billless SKS Marcus adapter system. And that's not the real name, but it's what came out. This is the third generation, and it's got a groove here to allow the cross bolt to go in and out easily. It has a completely separate locking section that's pinned with a pin that enters both sides, so you get perfect alignment each and every time you assemble it, which is probably only going to be once because it's so easy to do. And it has a set screw at the base end that you probably won't really need, but it's there just as a safety valve. So we'll show how that works as well. Okay, the rifle is completely disassembled. You will not be using the fixed 10-round magazine, and you will not be using the cleaning rod. Oh yeah, now let's show when we get it in here how this actually works. This is pretty loose. We can tighten it down significantly from there before we put it on. Just make it easier. Okay, it slides right on the lug just like that, and torque it down very loose. Now it's difficult to see in the movie, but at the base of the assembly you'll see there's a very small gap here. There's a couple of reasons for that, but mostly it's because no two SKS rifles from different countries are exactly the same. So what we're trying to do is move the pressure and friction of the adapter from this point right here through the top of the adapter system and down to the receiver again. That makes sure everything is firmly in place and both sides of the adapter are contacting the steel. And when you torque it down a little bit, that's exactly what you're doing. You're moving the pressure. I don't know, I'm not an engineer, so I don't know how you exactly describe it, but you're moving the torque and the pressure from this point here through the top and back down here, and this point is now in contact with the receiver, but we'll tighten this just until it touches, just because it's there. And that's the sum total of the installation. I don't know how it could possibly be any easier, except in the next production run, on the base of the adapter right here, this is going to be less than 1/10 of an inch longer, and it's going to be arced to match the arc of the barrel. And that what that will do is, instead of just holding it and making sure as best you can that it's centered horizontally, that will guarantee that it's centered horizontally. So, and that'll be in the one, any that are delivered to customers will have that arc. And that's the assembly. We'll just put the rifle back together. I'm sure you're aware that the wood stocks must be relieved to fit the magazine. A little bit of additional relieving is necessary in this area right where the cleaning rod goes, and it's about 3/16 of an inch. Just get a Dremel and a sanding disc and take it back about 3/16. Do not cut the bottom of the rifle. You don't want this to be visible from the exterior. So the only other thing that will be an option, or perhaps standard, that's still a little bit up in the air, is whether this will be black or not. It's my suggestion to make them all black, but it's not a free process. It takes time and materials, so there may be slight upcharge for this being black. If it was me, I'd probably just use a black tip pin on it, but that's me because I'm cheap. But all SKS owners are cheap, right? That's what we are. And there it is. It's in. I don't know how it could be any easier than that. Oh, it's not quite done. I forgot the cross bolt. And normally, of course, the cross bolt is already installed before you drop the receiver in. So what that means is that in order to install it backwards, if you will, in reverse sequence, because the adapter in place, this must be out, you have to move the receiver up just a little bit and ease the cross bolt in place, and then you can push the receiver down into position, and then using needle nose pliers, which is the easiest way, reinstall your cross bolt. So as you can see from the exterior of the rifle, it's impossible to tell that there's adapter in place. And we'll do a quick reassemble of the rest of the rifle. And with any luck, this will work. As you know, I just made that, and it's the first one I've ever done, and it took, I guess, 5 minutes total elapsed time, something like that, and it was certainly easy enough to do. Squiggly end in first. This is well, you can see it's not original equipment. It should be, but this is my mess around rifle, so it's got a few modifications on it. If I can get this in. What's going on? This should be going in much easier than this. There we go. Oh, that's all right. Didn't want to go in. So now the proof of the pudding. Oh, in case you didn't notice, and you probably didn't, except for the Phillips head screwdriver that I used to disassemble from the trigger guard, needle nose pliers, 2 provided tools. So you've got it all once you've made your magazine. And here we go. Is this going to work or not? We'll find out.
You don't have the bolt modification. Open your bolt.
I don't have, that's right. I'm going to have to open the bolt and push up the bolt hole open because I haven't ground off my bolt. I'll be doing that one of these days. Oh, is that a dream or what? I can't believe as easy as that went in. That closes just as easy as the base of the fixed 10 round. That's incredible. Okay, well, there you have it. It's in. You can't see anything from the outside of the rifle unless, of course, you look at the bottom. And if this is black metal pretty soon, it'll look like it's all OEM. Amazing. Good job, Marcus.